Hello. Thank you so very much for watching my video about being a medical courier. I just want to start off by saying first, if you don't like driving a lot, this is not the gig for you. You have to be in your car for a extended amount of time unless you find a company that has multiple drops within your city or town, okay? Also, you have to be physically able to move around. Like, you have to physically be able to sit in your car for a extended amount of time, drive, you know, get out the car, pick up boxes, pick up items, walk upstairs. Sometimes you don't have access to the elevator. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to walk clear across one end of the hospital to another end of the hospital. Sometimes you can't park in certain areas. You have to park in the parking deck and you have to walk all the way up. So it's a physical labor intense job. That's something people don't talk about. You have to be willing to do that. I really love it because it helps me move my body, stay active, because I don't have a gym membership. I do everything natural. I walk in the parks. I walk in my neighborhood to get my physical exercise because I am 45 years young. So I have to stay up to par with my health. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. Also, people talk about looking on Indeed. I didn't look on Indeed. I found this young lady here, right here on TikTok, who kept talking about the medical courier business, and she eventually dropped the name of the company, who to hire directly, and I jumped on it immediately. They contacted me within no time, and I was able to get started with the company, and I haven't looked back since. I haven't even looked into other companies to get started with. Now, also, before you start listening to people talking about business, an EIN number, and all this kind of stuff, you want to try to see if there's something you want to do. Now, I put out stuff that people not mention. People bringing y'all in with the money. Yes, we need money. Yes, the money good, but you have to be willing to be in your car for a extended amount of time. Some companies will allow you to bring people, but if you don't like, driving by yourself, like in different towns, and hour, 2 hours, then it's not for you. If you need that comfort of having someone next to you while you drive, this might not be for you. If you, not to say scary, but kind of intimidated, going places that you've never been before, this isn't for you. Okay, so I just try to, on my channel, y'all know me, I try to bring up stuff that other people not bringing up. Okay, so like I said, that's how I got started in the medical courier business. I found this beautiful young lady here on TikTok who kept talking about medical courier. She eventually, I watched all her videos. I binge watched all her videos, and she eventually dropped the name of the company that she worked for, the hiring manager, like I said, and I immediately jumped on it, and I haven't looked back since. So that's something that you should think about. As far as looking for companies, I better put a little bit more on. It's warm today. But as far as looking for companies, she did mention Indeed. I did go on to Indeed. Craigslist, believe it or not, is a reputable company because I market my wholesale business on Craigslist for mobile homes. So Craigslist is still legitimate. People do still go on Craigslist looking for opportunities. So don't think that don't think Craigslist is just a scam. It's not. Okay, you want to always vet anybody that you're working with. You want to have a physical contract about how much you're going to get paid, when you get paid. You know what I'm saying? So don't just be all gun-ho and excited because someone finally contacted you that you're going to be able to do this and you don't work and you don't drove and you don't get paid and then they don't ghost you. So you want to go on to YouTube, type in the company, see if anybody made video. That's one thing I do. Outside of anything that I do, I'll go on YouTube, see if anybody made a video. Now, sometimes people make videos because they've had a bad experience. You don't always want to go based off of that because like I said before, I've gone on YouTube where people, make videos about businesses and I didn't have that same experience. Okay, so just be mindful of that as well. Also, you have to have money for gas. You have to have money up front for gas. So right now, if your money funny, this ain't something you want to do because you're gonna spend the money in gas. Okay, that's one thing I had to figure out in the beginning. I was getting calls. Oh, Nikki, can you go here? Can you go there? And I'm like, I ain't got no gas. I gotta wait. And then right when I got started, y'all, I started having a whole bunch of problems with my brakes, my rotors, my tires. Right when this company was like, "Darn, we glad we got you. We need another good driver, dependable person." And they kept calling me, but I couldn't risk me breaking down on the side of the road. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't risk it, so I had to prolong it a little, push it back a little bit of time to get the cars on the work done on my car. So yeah, that's something else to think about. So you don't have to have a dependable car. Like I said, this particular company, you can't have a really, really terrible driving record. I'm sorry, you just can't. So if you have a really bad driving record, you have tickets, you speed a lot, that's not gonna work. So work on those things. If some of that stuff gonna fall off your driving report, maybe just wait to apply then. So thank you for watching my video. I hope this helps, and yeah, I'll be sharing more of my journey trying to make it do what it do. Have a good day, y'all.